Hi, you're watching the Culinary Cam YouTube channel, and I'm going to show you how to make delicious, easy pulled pork carnitas tacos on homemade tortillas. So years ago, I won a recipe contest with my pork carnitas, and this has always stuck with me because even though I won, one of the judges commented that my pork carnitas was not pork carnitas because pork carnitas is cooked in lard and mine was not. It was braised in beer. But I recently read something that said when you're making pork carnitas with this fat cap on the pork shoulder, or Boston butt it's also called, that's the lard. So I'm going with that. And the reason I'm also going to call it pulled pork is that we actually do pull it into shreds. So this is super easy. I love that it's something I can put into the oven before the day gets away from me and it's ready at dinner. You need a 4 to 8 pound pork shoulder or Boston butt. You need some salt, and then you need some aromatics, some citrus, and some heat, and that's it. So I do it in a Dutch oven with a tightly fitting lid, so it's cast iron, enamel coated. It goes in the oven. I have seen people do it in a roasting pan, just tightly cover it with foil. And then I've also heard people talk about doing this in an Instapot, which I don't have. So I'm going to show you the way that I've always done it, and I'm just going to start with that meat. This one is about 6 pounds, and then you just need some salt, and you're just going to liberally salt it on all sides. And I don't know if I mentioned, this is bone-in. You can do it boneless, but I think that when you use the pork on the bone, it just stays more tender. So once you've salted it, you're gonna nestle it in your Dutch oven. And then this is where you're gonna start building the flavors. I usually start with some aromatics. So I already have half a red onion cut. I'm just going to slice that and drop those on the side. Because I normally use a whole onion, I'm also going to use this Egyptian onion that a friend grew and gave me. And just drop that on the side. 1 head of garlic. This is from a local to me farm, Robina's Organics. But you're just going to take the flat edge of your knife and just smash it. And then distribute that in your pot. You're going to put in bay leaves. Now, a tip for the bay leaves, they are not delicious to eat themselves, but they add a beautiful flavor. So whatever you put into the pot, you're going to count. Because in the end, when you pull the pork, you want to pull those leaves out. So I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bay leaves. And then for the heat, you can use canned, it's called chipotle in adobo sauce, which is actually jalapeno in a sauce. And I like using that. I usually save it in a jar after because I never use the whole can. So you can do that, or you can slice up a fresh pepper. I'm actually going to do the 2 chipotle and adobo, and then I'm going to use a fresh pasilla pepper, which is mild. But I'm just going to slice that and just put those in the pot. See what I mean about it being super easy? And now you just add the citrus. So if you are using organic citrus, you can just squeeze it straight into the pot and drop the rind in. I've done that many times, but I've also read that some people find using the rind in the pork makes it bitter. So I'm just going to use the juice. To start, 2 lemons and a lime. You're going to squeeze that juice over. I don't mind the rind, but I have 2 people in my household who strenuously object to any sort of bitter citrus, so I'm trying to be nice. So you want the liquid in your pot to come up about 1/3 of the way over your meat. So we're going to keep going. More orange, more lime, more lemon. You can also make up the liquid with stock or even beer. You could do water, but that wouldn't be very flavorful. Okay, so there we have your pork. Again, this is a 6 pound bone-in pork shoulder. Liberally salted, put into your cooking vessel. I'm using a Dutch oven. We have the heat, which is the peppers. I use the canned chipotle and adobo and a fresh pasilla pepper. And then the aromatics. I have 5 bay leaves, so I know I'm going to pull all those out. Onions, garlic, and then the juice of citrus, enough to cover it about 1/3 of the way up. And we're gonna put this in a 300-degree oven for 5 to 6 hours. So I generally start checking. The good rule of thumb for me has always been about an hour per pound, but I usually start checking about an hour before that. So 6-pound roast, I'm gonna start checking at 5 hours. And then once it's all done and delicious, I will show you how to pull it. All right, into the oven. One thing I love to do with the pork carnitas is serve them with tortillas. And you can certainly buy tortillas, but making your own is really, really easy. So I'm gonna show you how I do that. You need masa. So 6 cups of masa harina, which is just a corn flour. You need 4.5 cups of warm water, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And you just mix that together and you get this meal. And then you shape them into balls. They're sort of the size of a green walnut or slightly larger than a golf ball. You need a tortilla press and some parchment paper. So you just place your ball in the middle of the paper, take your press, and press it flat. The reason I like the parchment paper is because I can just store it like this until I'm ready to cook them. So I'm just going to keep pressing these and save those for tomorrow probably, because I will have lots of leftovers from the carnitas, which are almost done. So then I'm going to show you how we pull that pork. Okay, fresh pressed masa tortillas. Okay, so that pork has been braising in a 300-degree oven for about 5.5 hours. So you can see that the fat has rendered. There's even more liquid in the pot than there was when we put it in there. And the fat cap is nice and browned. The meat should be completely tender. So how you can tell if it's done is you take 2 forks, and this is where the pulling part comes in, and you're just gonna pull it to see how easily it shreds. And this is perfect. I make sure I pull out those bay leaves. Remember, there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Okay, I got them all. Then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take your 2 forks and you're gonna shred that meat right into those juices. And this is the part that's called pulling. So you're pulling that pork apart, you're pulling it off the bone. If you want to, you can pull some of that fat off, but the next step, when I cook it and brown it and get it all nice and crisp, that fat helps to crisp it up, and it's delicious. So here's that bone. So you can toss this if you'd like. I like to keep it and make a stock with it. So you can pull this pork and you can just let it soak in these juices until you're ready to serve it. But what I like to do is I like to have crispy bits. So we're gonna crisp this up in a skillet. So I don't add any fat to this skillet because there's so much fat in the pork itself. And then we're gonna be ready for dinner. So here we have our pulled pork, and we are ready for a feast. We have the pork carnitas. We have some homemade tortillas. We have the tropical chopped salsa that we made. I'll put a link to that in the description below. Molcajete salsa, the charred tomatoes, jalapenos, and onions, the guacamole, those will all be linked below. And then the only thing I serve with that is some cotija, fresh cheese, a little bit of cilantro, fresh lemon, and then we have some rice and beans. So that is it. I'm gonna put a plate together and then call my family to the table. There's so much flavor in this pork, you don't actually need a whole lot on here. Pork carnitas soft tacos, pulled pork from scratch with homemade tortillas.